podcast. What episode are we on? What is this?
Oh, I don't know, guys. This is pre-filmed.
It is like 40 something.
40. I think it would be
44.
46.
46. We are
46.
fast approaching 1 year of Sugar and Spice, which is actually kind of mental.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Even
like, not being funny, because we were like figuring out episodes in like 50, and then obviously there's 52 weeks in the year. So like we were like, 50th episode, oh my god, and then we were like, oh wait, literally 2 weeks after will be 1 year.
1 year, which is actually crazy. This year has flown by. I actually can't get with it.
I can't believe it's nearly, it literally is nearly Christmas when this episode comes out.
When this episode comes out,
it'll be 10 days till Christmas.
And
Happy 10 days!
Where will we be going when this episode comes out?
We'll be going to Copenhagen the next day after this comes out, on the Monday.
Man, I am so excited for that.
Same.
And it's just going to be such like good vibes.
Do you know what? It literally is it's got so cold here in England at the moment that like it's giving Christmassy like fur coats.
Oh my god, it's freezing.
It's giving those vibes. But also on the TV, this morning they showed Copenhagen and how they've got all like the Christmassy stuff out already. And my mum was like, "Look, you're going there." I was like, "Oh my god!"
I am literally so excited. I'm so excited to like do an episode afterwards about it and like tell everyone like what we got up to. But we've got like really fun things planned, and I feel like me, you, Madeline, and Kaya, like there's just like never a dull moment. Like we're always like laughing about something.
I was gonna say,
and I don't know what it is about our dynamic. Like I actually like love it.
It's gonna be entertaining and funny. I can just imagine us like all laughing all the time because everyone's quite like weird and silly and like does silly things, but we're all a bit like, did you just do that?
Yeah, it's just like, the dynamic is just so fun. So I'm actually so excited. So keep your eyes out, guys, because we are gonna vlog it.
We are, and it will get posted,
and it will be a good vlog. Okay, mark our words. Okay, so that's going to be really fun. Anyways, right, today's episode. Let's first start off with the question of the podcast. How you feeling? You feeling sugary or spicy?
I think I'm feeling spicy.
Okay,
I'm feeling spicy because I don't know if you guys can see. I'm looking rather sporty.
Well, sporty spice.
I don't know actually even if you ever thought that, but I've got a netball game literally in like an hour.
Bella, I'm not being funny. Every time we film, it's either I've just finished netball or I'm going to netball. People must think you're like,
I do play netball. I play netball 3 times a week. So
I'm surprised you're not like into it. You haven't got like, you know, like posters or key rings or like, you know, like you're not like a proper like netball girl.
I just really enjoy playing it, but other than that, like
not really into it.
Although I actually watched England v Jamaica, the netball like game, not live because it was in Manchester, but me and Yana did look to get tickets because I was like,
my god, so fun!
Right, I play so much netball, and I literally like have never gone and seen a professional netball game, but yeah, I literally like watch football all the time, and I'm like, why am I not watching netball?
I need to get behind this netball shit,
right? So
fun.
I'm trying to get into like watching it. And I feel like it kind of helped because I like watched how they like played, and I was like, 100%, I like that. And then I feel like I've kind of used it. Like yesterday, I didn't play yesterday. I played on Tuesday, and I did really well. And the past 3 matches I played, I got player of the match in every single one of them.
I feel like this always happens. You talk about netball, and I end up clapping somehow because you've always like played good or you like did something. Well done.
I know. I get so into it. I know,
so that's why you're feeling spicy because you're like ready to fucking beat the other team. Sorry.
Yeah, and I've also been trying to just like kind of get stuff done. I've been a bit like all over the place, running all over the place because I literally go away in a few days.
You're going away. How long are you gone for?
11 days, I think. I think it's 11 nights. Actually,
can you believe we're not going to see each other for 11?
11.
That's a long, but that is going to feel like a really long time for us.
Yeah, but I look at the holiday and think, oh my god, this, because we've like kind of planned like loads of things that we're going to do. So I look at it and think, this is going to go so quickly.
Yeah, no, but it won't. I'm sure.
I really not.
Be way feet are. Be present in the moment. Then it will like.
Yeah, I need to be present in the moment.
But that's really fun. Well done for being organised before you go away because that is
trying.
Key to have a good holiday is to make sure everything's done, especially because it's almost Christmas. You want to like
that's it as well. Shit out. And I'm away for Black Friday, which I'm not going to complain because I'm on holiday.
Yeah, shut up.
I do, and normally when I'm away for Black Friday, because I've been away for Black Friday quite a lot recently, but someone's always at home, but like not many people are going to be like here. Quite a lot of us are going away, so I'm like figuring out where I'm going to get all my parcels delivered and stuff.
Oh, you can get them delivered to mine if you like.
That'd be quite a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Is there going to be loads?
I don't know. It depends on what I want, but like I normally like do a lot of shopping on Black Friday.
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe getting all sent to Yannick's house and his family can just put them in his room, so they're like not even in their way.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like true. For you, you're going to be living,
like
so it's going to be kind of your.
Okay, well if you need to,
maybe I'll send some to you. Maybe I'll ask Yannick.
Split it, yeah.
I'll ask Yannick, and if he says no, then I'll be like, fine, I'll send them to you.
Fine, fuck you, we're breaking up. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling spicy as well.
Go
on. I'm actually like kind of feeling spicy, kind of not, but I'm gonna go with spicy. And this kind of like links into today's episode because today we're gonna be talking about doing it scared. Okay.
Which we both find is a very important topic. And we always I feel like both of us always try and encourage certain people to do it scared.
Yeah. I feel like we have had multiple conversations.
I feel like you've got much better at doing it scared as well.
At doing stuff scared. Yeah. I feel like, that is true. But I basically am feeling spicy because I don't know if this is definitely going to go ahead yet. So by the time this comes out, I'll probably know. But I've been offered a job in the Maldives over New Year's Eve, which is really, really fun. And I've done it before.
And you literally had the best.
And it was literally, oh my God, it was actually like life-changing. Like I don't know what happened, but I came back a new person. And yeah, I got offered this job and like I haven't had like much like performing work this year, so I've really been like focusing on like teaching and choreographing and stuff like that. So I was like a bit like, oh my God, like I always like sort of like second guess myself when it comes to stuff like this. I'm always like, God, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be able to like put these like shows together? Like blah, blah, blah. So it like kind of, my initial reaction was like, I'm a bit scared. And
when they offered it to you?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, because also I've had like a really stressful couple months.
You're meant to be chilling.
Yeah, I was supposed to be chilling. But it's, I just didn't want any stress whatsoever this kind of like next couple months, so I can just like really relax. And obviously like a big job like this, I need to like put together shows and do everything I got to do for it. So initially I was first scared. So this is why it kind of like links in to like doing it scared. But I feel spicy because obviously like that is I feel really grateful. Yeah, I feel
so
like
cool.
So excited. But I'm also kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
Go on, you tell them, because I feel like you're really annoyed.
Guys, I was like, that's so cool, but I'm not that cool as well.
I love that for you, but also I don't.
Amazing, but like, what the hell? No, because we were gonna I think we've kind of found like a fun Halloween, a fun New Year's Eve activity.
Yeah.
Which we normally quite struggle with as well.
Yeah, like most years we're kind of like, oh, what are we gonna do for Halloween? I mean,
I know, right?
What the hell? What are we gonna do for New Year's? Like, and we kind of just like end up going along with something, but like we're never really that crazy excited about it.
Yeah.
But this year we have something really fun lined up.
I know.
And it was going to be vibes. So when I told Bella today, I was like, I've been offered a job over New Year's. She was like, didn't know how to react because she was like, yeah.
I was like, you're like, I've been offered a job, and I was like, and you're like, over New Year's. I was like, oh.
So yeah, it's like bittersweet.
It is bittersweet, but it will still be so fun. And also like you were saying how like you literally don't even have to like. It's not like she works the whole holiday, so then you think it's not really worth it. She literally works not even minutes. Not even in like a bad way, but like hardly anything. So it's like it's this nice reward for like after like the like 3 months of hell.
3 months of pure shite.
So it's kind of nice, but it's just a peak that it's over New Year.
Yeah, it's annoying, but that is the way. Sorry,
that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
The way the cookie crumbles, and
these things happen.
Yeah, and
it's going to be over New Year's.
Yeah, and whenever I'm in a predicament where I'm like, oh, do I say yes to this? Do I say no to this? Like, I always like. And I actually don't know if this is like maybe a bit of a bad thing as well, but I always just say yes and then deal with the repercussions of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if someone asks, but like this year I have actually learned to like stop saying yes to everything because like fucking hell, like burns me out. But yeah, it's just one of those things I like feel like would be very beneficial for me. It would be so fun. Like I said, last time I went to the Maldives, it was like literally life changing. So I just had to say yes, and then like
if it doesn't happen, then it wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like it might not even go ahead because I haven't signed a contract or anything yet. But anyways, that's why I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah.
And it links into our
Do it scared.
Do it scared.
Because I actually think that when you first did your first Maldives job in New Year, on New Year, you were scared for
I was really scared. I don't know if I think I've like maybe like
was that your first time as well doing it?
This was like my first performance job without my sister. And I was really scared. Like the Maldives is like far away as well. Yeah. Like, it was like 3 flights.
Over New Year again.
Yeah, over New Year. Yeah. So like at home, obviously, like everyone's like, spending time together, and like it was like a big thing. It was definitely like a big thing for me. But I did it, and it like literally changed my life. So that is just like literal proof that sometimes when you do something scared, it ends up being like
amazing,
actually life changing.
Literally.
So I think we're both like firm believers in this.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So this quote, do it squared, do it scared, is, like we said, something that we both like try to preach to people around us 100%. And obviously like to ourselves as well. But it's also like a quote that you see like on Pinterest all the time, on Instagram, like people reposting it. And I think like in today's episode we're gonna like dive into what does it mean, how you actually get yourself to that point, and like what are the benefits really. 100%. Because I feel like we both have got like a lot to say.
We both live by. I feel like it's just so important to like, what have you got to lose? Anyway, let's get into it before I like spill all
your points.
My points, yeah. Like, I get so into these things when I need to like convince someone, or like I'm like so good at being like, it's blah, 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 blah.
You just like to like get it all out there.
Get it all out.
Okay, so first of all, what is doing it scared? What does that actually mean? Because that's quite like it's like 1, 2, 3 words, but it's got a big meaning. I feel like. So do it scared. Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but like it's when you have a task that naturally you're not comfortable with, but just like almost forcing yourself to do it anyway, just like making yourself like dive into it and just go for it. That's basically what it is, actually.
Yeah, to be honest, that is literally what it is. You just, and I feel like there's so many things in life that like you could be nervous for, like a lot of things that you have to just like get on with life if you want to like live a good life. A lot of them, it's like you're kind of scared for them because like you care. Yeah, a lot of them is because you just care and you need to do it scared, otherwise you're literally going to get nowhere in life.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually saying to my girls that have got a competition this weekend, I was like, guys, don't worry, nerves are really normal.
Yeah.
Like being scared and being nervous means that you care about it.
Literally
so that's
you
good.
Care.
Yeah, so it's like not always a negative.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like, you can sort of try and take this and flip it to whatever scenario you might be in at the moment. So it could be something as small as like asking, I don't know, you know, people with like, if you suffer from like social anxiety, something like socially might be really scary for you, like asking the waiter to like bring you mayonnaise or like something small as that, or like it could be something major like moving across the country. So I think like you can take this however you want to take it. If you don't have like a goal or something that you're wanting to achieve that you're scared of right now, then I guess just save the advice for when you do.
100%.
Put it in your pocket, save it for later.
100%. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the benefits of doing it scared, which I feel like is quite a good way to actually look at it first, because it might give you a reason to do it scared, because you're going to see the benefits.
Yeah, it flips your mindset. Instead of looking at it as such a negative thing, if you focus on the benefits, then you're obviously naturally more inclined to do this said thing. Yeah. So what are the benefits of doing it scared?
Yeah, I would say one of them is definitely like, it's a good confidence boost, because like, I think once you've actually done it scared and you've achieved that, you feel so good within yourself.
Yeah.
And you also, it helps you realise that actually doing it scared wasn't maybe as bad as you thought. And even if it was as bad as you thought, like, I think it's still quite impressive that you did it.
Yeah, it definitely is like a confidence booster. And that like also builds momentum. Like as soon as you've done like one thing, like, you know, when you do something like that you're scared of, you do it once, then I genuinely feel like it gives you that feeling that you can like conquer the world. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of makes you feel a little bit unstoppable,
for real,
in a way. So yeah, confidence, I think, is a big one.
I think also like once you've done something and like hopefully it will pay off, like hopefully it doesn't backfire, and I feel like a lot of the time like it won't backfire, like it so I feel like I'm not going to say a good thing will happen after, because
but like majority of the time,
it like goes well.
Best case scenario happens.
Yeah, best case scenario happens, and you're gonna like think of the worst case scenario, because like that's what people do. Like people are gonna think
brains naturally go there.
Yeah, our brains naturally think, oh my god, but what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this? But that is what if. Like that generally is what if, and like, but like what if actually, like, I don't know, if doing the interview for this job is you doing it scared, and you do it and then you get that job, like how amazing are you actually going to feel when you get that job?
So
like,
it makes you feel good.
So good.
Yeah.
And I think the more things you do scared, the less you actually are kind of scared in a way.
Because you kind of like
you get
make yourself like you acclimatize to it almost.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I feel like the other, like another benefit, which is like kind of like leading on from yours, is like it's so beneficial for your personal growth. Like, so for example, like confidence and stuff, like it really, like, again, it like gives you a confidence boost. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel like you can achieve more. So like that does wonders for your personal growth. Like you don't have so much holding you back because you're not scared of as much.
Also actually think, like, if you're like a bit of an anxious person and like you're scared to do something and you don't do it, it's just going to happen like more and more with like loads of other things, that it's just going to like hold you back.
It's sort of like, that's kind of like letting your anxiety win.
I feel like you need to break the ice, do it scared, and realise that it actually wasn't that bad, and then you'll be able to do it more and other things. But it's just that first time doing it scared where you're like, oh, and then you do it and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
That wasn't even that bad.
Yeah. It kind of is like, it's like teaching like your gut and like your subconscious that like actually when you take these actions, like nothing bad like really ever happens.
And if it does, like if something bad does happen, like okay, you don't get that job that you like did the interview for, like okay, is that bad?
That could, like, what about next time?
Like
what about next time?
It was good practice for the next interview that you do. Like it's not the end of the world. Like I think that's also with it, like when you do it scared, it's not the end of the world if like something else, okay, right, do it scared, jump off like a cliff and then you die, okay, that's not great. Do you know what I mean?
You don't
do that. But we're talking about like actually like going for certain things. Like I've actually got a good example. The other day my combat class got cancelled and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do now? And there was a spin class and I was like, I hate spin, like I don't want to do spin, like the bikes hurt my bum, I don't enjoy spin, like I can't imagine doing 45 minutes just like riding a bike, like what is fun about that? Like I love my combat classes and I'm very stuck in my ways sometimes. And I said, no, I'm gonna go try this class, but I didn't book it because my gym class, if you don't go to the class then they charge you a $5. So like these days, like I literally never book into a class, and most times there's like a space anyway. Anyway, so I get to the desk and I'm like, hi, can I like do this spin class? And the lady's like, oh, sorry, it's fully booked. And I was like, what? Like, oh my god. And I was like, is there a person that hasn't arrived yet? Because it was like 3 minutes till the class started. And I was like, is there a person that hasn't arrived yet? She's like, yeah, there's one person. I was like, great, cool, can I just like take their spot? She's like, well, you have to wait till it starts. And I was like,
oh, that's annoying, because they're going to be like going in late.
And I've never done it before as well. Like I've never done spin before.
We'll be there for the intro,
right? So I waited till the class started at 9:10. So I waited till 9:10. I was like, they're not here, can I go get it? And can I go into the class? And she's like, yeah, sure. I was like, where do I go? Like I didn't even know where it was, because it's not where like my normal classes are. So she's like, oh, it's that way. She didn't even tell me the right way, but I had a feeling it was downstairs anyway. So I went down there. They had literally started the class. It's pitch black in there. Obviously, the only flipping bikes were the ones at the front. That was like the ones that I looked in the window and I saw this and I was like, oh my god, should I just go up to the gym? Like,
so were you scared?
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my god, I'm scared, but I was nervous because I was like, they've started the class. I'm coming in late. I've never done this before. Literally the only bike is the one at the goddamn front. This is embarrassing. And I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm like, okay, just go in, it's fine. Like, who cares? Like, I literally thought to myself, who cares? Like, I don't even know who these people are in this spin class. Like, okay, yeah, a few of them did go to my combat class. And I saw a few familiar faces. But like, I wasn't like, it's just, who cares? Like, by the end of it, I thought, I bet no one even remembers that I came in late. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true that.
Anyway, so I get on this bike.
Well done.
I go in, I get on the bike, and it's like completely the wrong height, the wrong level. I don't know how to change the bike.
Oh fuck.
Everyone's on like a different setting, and I'm like, how do I even go on that setting? Like, what the hell do I do? And I'm there like, great, I'm just gonna have to sit here, not know what anyone's on or what anyone's doing, because basically I did this like colour one. So she's like, okay, now like go stronger, and your like colour shines from your bike. And I was like, how do I get to that setting of like doing different colours? Like, I literally had no idea what I was doing. Anyway, I'm like, great, I'm gonna have to just do like 45 minutes of just like pedaling, this is going to be so boring, like way to try and get me in spin. And then the teacher saw that I was clearly struggling because my bike was just like not the right height or like anything for me, and obviously my bike was not shining the different colours because I had no idea how to get to the settings. And luckily the instructor came over and was like, are you okay? And I was like, I've never done spin before. Like, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. She's like, get off the bike. And then she like sorts all my chair out, sorts everything out, while she's still be like, come on guys, you can do it. Like getting all the others
on. Babe.
I know, I was like, thank you so much. I was so like nervous. Literally. And then she like, sorted all my thing out. So I was like on the right setting and everything. And she like did it all. And then I actually got into it and I actually really enjoyed it. And like I could have not gone into that class. I thought, I don't like spin, like never gonna do it. But because my combat class was cancelled, I thought I'm gonna try it. It literally wasn't going right for me for like a good 5 minutes.
Damn facts. Like even though it didn't click straight away,
pushed myself out of my comfort zone, embarrassed myself quite frankly. But I enjoyed the class, and by the end of it, it was so fun.
And that's actually so good because like, you know, we're talking about like personal growth and confidence. Like obviously you felt like so good afterwards. But also like that means like in the future you can now take spin classes. Like that, those spin classes or like that might lead you to something. Like you might meet someone in a spin class that like wants to like invest in the podcast or something. Do you know what I mean? Like
that would be amazing.
You just have no idea like what doors might open from putting yourself out there. So that's a really good example.
Learned my lesson though to book a spin class and get there early. She did say to me at the end of the class, maybe next time come a bit. And I was like, no, I did come early, okay? But
I just wasn't allowed in.
She was like, don't worry about it, don't worry. I think she thought I was making excuses. She's going, no, don't worry. And I was going, I'm not worried. No. I was like, no, I need you to understand that I wasn't a cocky bitch that just thought I'm arrived late.
Funny. Oh my god.
But no, she was really sweet. She was really sweet.
Oh, well done you for doing that.
Thank you. I was really proud as well. Yeah, thank you.
That is like prime example of doing it scared.
Yeah. And it made me feel good about it. Like I felt good that I like went in, did it and enjoyed it. Like the fact that I enjoyed it, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Love it. New class unlocked.
Unlocked.
Yeah,
that is really good of you. I think, just like in conclusion for like the benefits, I don't know if you can think of any other specific ones, but I do actually kind of feel like they fall under the same umbrella. Like personal growth,
make you feel
confidence, good. Makes you feel good.
All positives, quite frankly.
Yeah, like become more successful, probably.
And even if it doesn't maybe go the exact way you want, like I feel like you still learn.
Yes.
There's still a lesson learned.
Yeah, you would always learn something from a situation. If you want to look at it that way.
I learned to book my class and get there early.
and you did really well.
Yeah, I still did well. Do you know what I mean?
I think next we should talk about how to do it scared, because I think for certain people
it's hard.
It's really difficult, but for other people it might be a case of like a small push. But for some people, like it is actually like almost impossible. Like
no, I do agree.
I like know people with like that suffer from anxiety, and like the simplest thing can feel like actually impossible. So like we want to talk about like practical steps and like steps you can actually take to help you doing it scared. Whether you need a small push or whether you need like a big old push off the ledge. Talking about actually how to do it, so that this episode can somewhat
actually help.
Rather than
because it's easy for us too, because I feel like we're both quite confident, so it's like I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy to do it scared, because I still feel like there's times where like we both would struggle, but it maybe because we've already done it scared, we just have strong mindsets, push ourselves a little bit more. And I think we're also both surrounded by people with similar mindsets, like the people in our family, like our friends, like we're all quite just like do it, get it done, because we know that we deserve to like have a good life and to be the best version of ourselves. I think that's like bottom line. Okay, so what advice would you give someone that is trying to do something scared? Oh my gosh, this is quite tough,
and we want to like make it quite specific. So
it's quite tough. Because like I would, when I've known people to like not do something because they're like maybe scared or like they're overthinking what could maybe happen to why like maybe ruins it for them, I really, really try and like make them understand why it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you look at it and like try and think of like the positives, because it's really easy to think of like the worst case scenario. Like, I feel like everyone's going to think of the worst case scenario because that's just the easy way. Like, oh my God, but imagine if that happened. But like, sometimes you actually do need to just like think, but imagine like actually if this happened. Like,
yeah. So like, to put your focus into like the best case scenarios and put your focus into
but I don't want to also set you up for like disappointment. Like,
you want to be careful because expectations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to have like high expectations and then but I think also like even if you do something and then maybe like you actually didn't enjoy it like you thought you actually could, but you were scared to do something, and say for example you were scared to do something and I said you're gonna love it, you're gonna blah blah, you do it and you don't love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well you've learned that you don't love it. Like, okay. Was it the end of the world? Yeah, like what? Like, okay, you didn't love it.
It's like changing your mindset.
You still tried it, and now you know that you didn't love it.
Yeah.
So now you know
it's a lesson.
Yeah, it's a lesson learned. So it's like changing your mindset to like, oh, what if like this bad thing happens to? Oh my God, like, but if this really good thing happens, like that would actually be elite.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be?
Like flipping the natural wiring of your brain.
Yeah.
To just like try to think like the opportunities that come from this, like what I will gain out of this, and I think that's a good
like I've got a friend that I used to play netball with like all the time, and I know she watches this podcast, so if you're listening, listen up. We used to play netball literally all the time together. We literally played outside of school together as well, and we were obsessed with it. We were both insane at it. Like we
always been a netball galley.
We were literally so good. And recently I've been like, oh my God, you need to play netball with me again. You're gonna love it. Like blah blah. She came and watched a few of my games so she could get the vibe and everything. And at the moment she's a bit like, oh, I just don't know if I'm going to be good. And I'm like, you will be good. Like, you were good. Like, it will come back to you. And I said, like, even at the end of the day, like, if, okay, maybe do a bit of footwork, do you think, like, it's literally a bit of fun. It's not like you're playing for England. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of fun. If you do a bit of footwork and you lose the ball, we're not all going to boo you and tell you to get off the court. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like, I still make mistakes. I'm a sick player, but I still make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like some pro. Like, the people in like the England netball team as well, I was watching them. They were still missing goals. They were still like doing things. They were still making mistakes. Like, no one is perfect. And like, you literally can still do it and enjoy it. And I guarantee, like, I could bet money that she would play and literally be like, oh my God, that was amazing. Because I remember when I hadn't played netball in years and I played it and I came off the court and I was like, wow, that was insane. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like you've got to try. Like, if you don't push yourself out of your comfort zone and try, you're never going to know, like, whether you don't do or don't. Like, you could literally play the 10 minutes of a quarter and say, do you know what, this isn't for me. Like, is it okay if I come off? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
It's fine. Well, if we have enough players, that's fine. Yeah. If we don't, please don't let us know like that.
Just stick it out for the next.
Do you know what I mean, though? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like, going back to your point about it, like kind of focusing your mind on the good things that could come from it rather than all the bad things that will happen.
You could literally it's quite a good exercise as well. Like, it's something, if you enjoy it, it's such a good exercise to do.
Yeah, true.
Like, you could actually unlock like another like
fitness goal.
No, I was gonna say another hobby. You could unlock another hobby that like you don't normally do. Like, you never know, it can make you feel better. Like, we play outside, the fresh air, it could like make you feel better within yourself.
True,
like you get it all in. Like, if you play well, you feel good after. You're like, oh my God, I literally just played so well. Like, you feel so good within yourself.
Yeah. So to not focus on like what if I get whistled, what if like I'm really rubbish. Like,
what if I do some footwork?
But what if all these good things happen?
But also with this scenario, even if you do those things, it's literally, it doesn't matter. Like, people do that. I've got some people that like literally do that all the time. Like, do you think we're gonna be like, boo, get off the court, you're rubbish? Like, no one says that. Like, it's not like you're with a bunch of like mean people that are gonna be like, you're playing fucking shit. Like, I don't even know why you're in this team. No one's gonna say that to you. Like, even if you were the worst player ever. Yeah, and I know she's good. Like, I know she's good. Like, she literally would do so well.
Star player.
She literally do so well. So I feel like even if you don't think that you're good at something, like, you should try, because like you will feel good after it.
That is so true.
I think part of doing it scared is like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, because like if you're comfortable, you're not going to be scared, are you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that I feel like that's just like a good point in like shifting your mindset to like, what if I fail to actually, what if I succeed? Like,
so just like changing the way you look at it, because naturally our brains do like to make it hell for us a lot of the time.
100%.
So just getting that in check. So that is a good way to do it scared. Leading on from that, I would say, like, another practical step you can take towards doing it scared is, I think you mentioned about like getting comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Doing things out of your comfort zone, even if they are not directly related to your goal. So for example, like for me, for instance, say I like want to, and it's just like a random example, say I'm like want to like apply for a job in London or something, but I'm like really scared because I like want to stay in Brighton, want to be with my friends and family, like it's expensive in London, blah blah blah. Even if like the uncomfortable thing that I'm doing is not directly related to that, but it is like elsewhere in life, doing that can, like we said at the beginning, like build your confidence to then like take steps towards that big goal. So like just gradually getting yourself used to doing uncomfortable things, because then those uncomfortable things don't seem that uncomfortable the more you do them. So I feel like that is a good way, just like in everyday life, just do something that pushes yourself out your comfort zone a tiny bit, even if it is like nothing to do with your bigger goal or like the bigger thing that you want to do scared. So I feel like that is a good step.
I actually saw this really cool thing on Instagram the other day, and it's kind of like to do with this, but it's more about goals, but like you talking about goals now. It was this like teacher with like loads of kids, and the teacher had like put their big goal over here, like on a piece of paper.
That's cool.
And he'd put the other kids, like this side. And he'd put loads of different pieces of paper, like little stepping stones of different piece of paper to like the big part of paper where their goal was. And the guy was like, okay, now walk to your goal on through like the paper, make sure you don't touch the floor. So the little boy, he like took one step onto one paper and like made his way to the big goal. And then the guy was like, okay, now what if I take these two pieces of paper off? Like, do you think you could still make it to that piece of paper? And the boy was like, yeah, it'll be a bit harder, but I could do it. And he like kind of jumped more onto the piece of paper block and then got there. And then the teacher went, okay, I'm going to take all the like stepping stones now out of the way. And now, do you think you could get to that big piece of paper? And they were like, I mean, I could try, but like, I don't think I can. Like, you're making it really hard. And he was like, all these little stepping stones are your small term goals to get to your big goal. And without doing those,
so clever,
isn't it? I was like, wow, what a good teacher. Without doing all these like little goals or like using those stepping stones, you're making it harder and harder for yourself to get to that goal. And like, I just
that's
thought it was
actually
so
such a good way of looking
Isn't
at it,
it?
actually, because it's like when you look at like your big goal, if you have a big goal, some people don't.
You can't just get to it.
Yeah, like it seems really daunting when you look at it. Like you're like, how the hell am I like ever gonna get there? But like by taking these small steps, by like pushing yourself out your comfort zone or like doing what you need to do, you like then eventually build those things. I actually love that.
Yeah,
like,
it was
imagery,
so good.
Like
and
that,
for
and
like
analogies.
Kids as well, because I think one of them like wanted to be like a basketball player. So he was like, okay, well, if you're not like in your team now, then you're not going to get there. And then there's like, but if you like then like at college you're not in like a good basketball team, then you're still not going to get. Then he was like, you're going to make it really hard for yourself if you don't like get into a team and like throughout your life and work hard towards those teams until you get, so you can get to like make it big. And I just thought, what a good lesson to teach kids, because I actually think
so
that
do that in my dance classes,
right? I think so many people are literally like, you look at a big goal and you think, I'm never going to get there, but like sometimes you actually need to focus on the little things that actually get you to that point. 100%. And I think for a kid, like I feel like when I think of like a younger me, you don't really think about like those sorts of things. You just kind of get on with your life.
You just like go along with the flow of things.
So I think it's such a good thing to like teach young kids as well, like to get where you want to be, and maybe you don't even know where it is now.
Yeah, just to like, instill that, just like, to in let them
know
like,
that you possible. Need but you need those little goals to get there.
Yeah,
because then they might start trying at a younger age. They'll get it more. Like I always used to think, and sorry, this is so going off topic, but I used to think as well, like a lot of the things we did at school actually doesn't really help us that much with actual life.
Yeah, true.
Like actual life skills. Like you come out and like, I don't know about taxes. I didn't know you had to like pay all these different bills.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many things that you actually just didn't learn that is how you get along in life. So I think it's quite nice to teach kids
that, like,
something a little bit
these
more
things. So true. I actually want to do that in one of my dance classes.
You should so do it,
because they're like for kids as well, it's like so visual. It's like it's really
so
helpful.
Visual. So, and the way you do it, like they think it's like a fun little game, but then actually there's there's a story at the end,
Yeah.
and like there's like a reason why you've actually done it. Like, it's so good.
Smart, man. It's actually smart.
So good.
So like, yeah, like kind of using that within our topic of like doing it scared. It's like just taking those small steps each day, and just like to like, get if you're like closer.
An anxious person, you're not just gonna not be anxious anymore.
Damn facts.
So doing those little things scared every once in a while, like slowly, maybe. I mean, we can't really talk about this because I guess we're not like really that anxious, so it's harder to say than to actually be done.
But you would hope.
But sometimes pushing yourself out of that comfort zone and like actually trying to do like something little might get you nearer to the end game of actually not being so anxious.
True that. I like that one. Okay, I feel like another one. This one can kind of be a bit short-winded. Another one. To like how to make steps to do, like how to do something scared is to identify like what you're actually scared of and work through that, like however you need to work through that. So like, are you scared of judgment? Work through that, like do what you can to work through that. Are you scared of failure? Are you scared of like, I don't know, there could be so many different things that you're scared of. I think first of all, like identifying that, because it is really easy, like when you feel scared, to just be like, I'm scared, I'm not doing it, and then that's it. But like if you actually identify like what you're scared of, as soon as you start digging into that, you probably will kind of realize like that it's not it's not such a big thing to be scared of as it first seems. So like identifying that and kind of like tapping into yourself. I actually
do feel like when I try and help people to not do it scared, I'm literally so what are you actually scared of?
Yeah, like, you say to them like, so what are you scared of?
Like, what are you actually scared of? Tell me. Like, I would love to know.
Same. When I'm talking to my niece about this, I'm like, verbalise it. Like,
tell me what you're scared of, and then like they'll either be like, or like they'll actually say what they're scared of, and then
you can debunk it.
We can talk about it. Let's talk it through, and then maybe it won't be so scary once we talk it through.
Let's talk about the probability of that actually happening, and like, so identifying is a good one to overcome it.
Another way you could do it scared is like kind of verbalizing it and telling people, because I feel like if you tell like loved ones, they're a bit more likely to like push you a little bit more out of your comfort zone. And like I feel like when if I told you like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you would probably be like, oh, so how's that going on? And you might be a bit like, oh, we haven't done it yet, and then they're like, come on,
it like holds you accountable.
Holds you accountable, and like there's more chance. I feel like if you kind of say something to yourself, then it's easier to just brush it under the carpet and be like, no one knows about it anyway. So
but if you've like said it out loud or like written it down somewhere, like, this is my goal, this is what I want to do, and I'm scared to do it, but like, this is it.
I do think goals, actually, I know we've just kind of talked about this, but like, say for example, if like you wanted to play netball, but you're scared that you're not fit enough for it, trying to like boost the fitness to get there, you know?
And just like telling people about it so that they can check in with you.
But I also think don't overthink it, because like for example with netball, sorry, I had to keep using netball, isn't it, as an example, but like I actually don't think with every position in netball you have to be like crazy fit, and like we're not, as I said, we're not playing England netball, so like you don't have, like, I think you should try, like you should push yourself out and try to see, because you could be thinking, oh my god, it's gonna be so hard, blah blah, but you get there and you think, you know what, it's not that hard, and you'll feel good after thinking, you know what, I thought I wasn't fit enough, but I've just played a whole game and I'm not even out of breath. You might be out of breath, but you think, I didn't struggle that hard. Like I thought it was going to be worse than it actually was.
Like we always make things worse in our heads.
We definitely do. So I think it is good. I think that's another reason why like it's just good to tell people, and then they can hold you. Like I mean,
you can decide how much they want to, like, you want them to check in with you.
I don't want someone to like
be like, you don't want me to constantly be texting, Bella, how was this? Have you done this? Like on your, like,
do you know what I mean? Actually, sorry to go back to, my friend's gonna hate me for mentioning this on the podcast, but I haven't said who it is, so it's fine. But I message her every week and I say, are you gonna play this week? Are you gonna play this week? And she's like, no. And I'm like, let's talk about it.
Why not?
We're gonna talk about it. And sometimes she might ignore me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say what I think, and if she doesn't respond, I mean, I'm not going to go to her door. I'm not going to go to her door and drag her out and take her to the courts and be like, get your fucking ass down here. You're going to love it. I know you are. Because I personally do find it quite frustrating, because I just know that she'll love it. I just really want her to play so she can do it. But I think, I don't know if she finds this helpful or not. She might find it really annoying. And I do apologise. Please let me know if you want me to stop. But I think someone trying to encourage you a little bit sometimes can help. Like,
100%,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I'm doing it because I think the more I say it, the more she'll think, you know what, she's right.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like if I give up, she's never going to come.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
so I really
you
feel
might
like
just
I'll
break
keep...
her one day.
One day I'm gonna
It
get
might
through
just happen. No, but I feel like there's been loads of times in my life where like I've like told like you guys like that I want to do something, and then you're like, oh, so how's that going? I'm like, yes, I must
I need
must
to do
remember
that one
to do
actually.
that.
Yeah,
Kind of like a reminder.
it is a bit of a reminder,
and you wanna like live up to your word, obviously,
right?
as well. So I feel like that is definitely a good step to take if you're wanting to do something.
I agree. I think it is a good reminder. And also sometimes like, I think anyway, I don't know if some other people might not want to be a bit like forced into things, but I do sometimes think if you're like kind of forced and you feel like you kind of have to just do it, it might make you do it, but then you might then realise, oh, I'm glad they pushed me to do that.
Because now by myself, really I love it.
Like, that.
Without the push, without the like, the being held accountable.
So sometimes it's nice to get a little push from somebody.
I agree.
I hope.
And people will only ever do it because they care. Like, I would only ever like ask someone that because like I care and I know that they like,
gonna love it,
deserve to be like doing this thing that's gonna improve their life. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Okay, I think another good like way to help you do something scared is to like break down the myth of confidence.
100%.
And you said we did an episode.
We have done an episode on how to be confident.
Yeah,
we have, and we kind of spoke about actually like fake it till you make it kind of vibe.
Yeah,
if you want to be confident, like you have to fool everybody out. Like you have to fool everybody else. Like you need to make sure you think that, like people could walk in and you could not be that confident, but then if you like walk in a certain way that they think, oh, she's confident, they're going to believe you more than if you walk in
and then that just like manifests back to you because it's the vibe that everyone's creating that you're like really confident.
Definitely, if you want to look into our confidence episode, there's definitely one down there. I mean, we're now on like the 40 whatever episode, so it's further down. I think it was like nearer the beginning.
Scrolling.
It was definitely nearer the beginning of our episode, so go near the beginning, but we definitely have talked about how to be more confident.
Yeah, and I think like it's important to remember like you don't have to feel ready to do something. Like, you don't need to wait until that moment that you're like, okay, I'm ready now. Because like, I think like probably like 95% of the time, you're not going to feel fully ready. But like you taking that action or you like making that decision to do something scared, that action is then going to create your confidence. Like it doesn't always happen. Like the confidence doesn't often come before the action. Sometimes obviously it does, but I think a lot of the time, like when you're doing something scared, if you wait until you feel ready, you're never going to do it.
You're never going to be ready.
And that's why I think doing it scared is so important. Because that creates
the confidence
and the what do you call it, like the flow of then like everything else,
of carrying on doing it scared. Because literally I definitely think your confidence will definitely boost, because when you start to realize that doing it scared isn't that bad. I think that's like the main thing, is when you realize it's actually not as bad as you think,
you can then carry on doing it.
You can carry on doing it, and you'll achieve more, you'll feel better within yourself, and you'll definitely feel more confident, because you'll be achieving like more cooler things that you wouldn't have been able to do if you didn't do it scared.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that like once you do it once then all the other times are easy. Like they might still be really difficult. You might still be like really, really scared. But you know in the back of your head, look, I've done this before. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just, it might be easier. Maybe not easy, but easier.
Definitely easier.
Moral of the story, guys, is to do it scared. I actually really, I love the quote.
It. Like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Like, doesn't matter if you feel ready, doesn't matter if you feel confident. Freaking do it and
push yourself.
Hopefully good things will come from it. I think that's all
I think that's good. I really
all we got for today, guys. Bella really needs to go play netball.
I do. Shoot some hoops.
Love that.
I really hope that we got through to people and we like kind of maybe helped some people.
Yeah. Even if it was just like one sentence that resonated with you.
Yeah.
I hope that it can like encourage you to do something tomorrow or the next day.
If our episode has helped you do something scared, actually come and tell us, because I would so love to hear if we've helped you do something scared.
Damn facts.
Because that's so cool for us.
Yeah, it is really cool when we hear that. Like, that is so I loved cool. When you said this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it stuck with me. It's like, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, really
so,
is.
You can tell us, you can DM us, you could comment.
Like and subscribe.
Be active. And we'll see you next week's episode.
Woo!
Peace.
Hello. Sorry, my nails are really skanky because I got netball.
Oh, shame.